Okay, so I think the last time I did a chicken video update, it wasn't windy or anything like that. So it's very, very windy today, and I'm going to show you guys the updated version with the wind gust and stuff like that, kind of what we did to help keep like the tarp down to where the wind's not ripping it, because before we let me do this so you can see. So before, I can keep an eye on it, in the beginning when we first got this, it was the tarped roof and stuff, because in Florida it gets very hot, sometimes it gets very wet with rain coming down, not really like wet on the ground, but just wet in general because of the, it raining or it being very humid. So I wanted to make sure that I had a tarp or some kind of covering. We're not yet to the stage of having a permanent building structure or something like staked or, posts put in the ground yet. But I do plan on doing that within the next couple of years. So we'll see. But I go through tarps like crazy, mainly because of the fact of the wind gust here. I live approximately, oh, here we go. So you can see my hair's moving really good, but the tarp really isn't. So where I live about 15 minutes from the west coast where the Gulf is at. I live not far from that, and so we get a lot of wind, especially wind gusts, not just like breezes, but we get wind gusts, as you can see right now. And so tarps would flap and rip, and it would just be horrible. And I would buy another cheap tarp, another cheap tarp. Well, I went to Rural King, which is a farm store, if you don't know. And I bought this heavy duty, I'm going to turn the camera, or not heavy duty. This was a medium grade, a medium duty one. And it was actually too big. So what we did is we kind of folded it up. But we have not only secured it with these little straps right here, but we've also used bungee cords. So it is wrapped all the way around, okay? And then I have two here that's wrapped to push it down, help it hold down in the middle, help it keep it tight. And then I have two here because we've had to fold it in half. And so there's no holes on this side to secure it to my chicken pen. So what I did was we did these bungee cords to help secure it. So like right there, wind gust come through. Of course, the wind gust is going to go right here, but it's not going to like flap. Before, picture a flag on my stinking coop. Like, it was insane because I didn't have it as secured to the bottom. I mean, as secured to the actual coop. And then we have it kind of gathered on the back. So it goes all the way down on both sides. And then this is secure here. Of course, whatever wind comes through the coop will basically kind of like funnel out this spot. So it does give lots of airflow to my girls. This is the old junk that I had in there that I'm just leaving for right now until I want to deal with it. So they are actually doing very well. We've had quite a lot of eggs since, and their egg production, stress levels, and all of that did not adjust, which I was worried that they would be stressed. So, but none of that, because like when you make changes, sometimes they can get real stressed, especially like their nesting boxes with these girls. So it's about time I need to clean. So again, hubby built this out of plywood, 2x4s. I used some fairing strips for that. Very simple, very easy construction. So I'm in the chicken coop, and like if you see the tree over there is blowing. Oop, the wind is blowing, and I actually don't really feel it that much in here, which is awesome. Oop, that started moving. So like, ooh, here we go, big wind gust. So like it's breezy, but it's not like crazy. What are you guys upset for? What are you upset? Henrietta. So this is Henrietta right here walking in the front, and then Gertrude's in the back. They're both white leghorns. Henrietta, no, I am incorrect. This is not Henrietta. This is Gertrude. I'm so sorry. So Gertrude is a white leghorn along with Henrietta. Henrietta, if you notice right there, I've said before, her comb is all weird, but I couldn't show you before. So you see how hey, be nice. She's wanting to fight. Gertrude's comb is like pointy, like horns is what I call it, because she's a meanie girl. She fluffed up her feathers. She's not very happy I'm in here because I'm not letting them out. You guys spent... All right. Really? You want to fight? Fight, fight, fight. I let them out earlier while we were dealing with the pool. So they were out 4 hours. She likes to try and battle me. And I don't necessarily do it. But anyway, so I've had them for about 3 years. Gertrude and Henrietta. Henrietta's over here. Gertrude's over here. Normally, Gertrude's tail is very closed, like Henrietta. Henrietta's tail is normally the one that's open, which is why I thought that one was Henrietta. And I do apologize, my dear. You little mean thing, you. There ain't no reason for you to be so feisty right now. You got an egg stuck up your butt? Go lay it. You actually haven't laid for me today. I normally get 1 egg apiece out of them almost every day. If not, I get at least 4 eggs. These girls over here, so this beautiful Australorp that's right there, that is Onyx. Because when I got her, she was pitch black, and I thought she started shimmering whenever she actually drew into her feathers. And she reminded me of the onyx stone because of the way she shimmered. Really? Thank you for that input. And then Sapphire Gem, which is the ombre looking one. She was such a beautiful ombre. So we just called her Sapphire. And then of course Rock, which is the Rock. She's a Plymouth Barred Rock. And these lovely ladies are approximately a year old now. I got them beginning of February last year. And I went through lots of craziness. That is the first time I need to lower that, don't I? Probably just a little. You want me to lower that? By the way, I've never seen them get on that swing. I have tried to put multiples of them on that swing multiple times. And I never seen them get on. They have gone over and played with the bottom part of that, of the xylophone, and I've seen them play, like we just saw her go over there and play with the mirror. But I've never seen them get on the swing, ever. So, anyways, so my watering system, which yes, I know I need to clean out. That thing is a mess, and if I could figure out a different watering system for them, once I can, I will. I do have an idea to put the pipe. I've seen a bunch of people that keep chickens. I had to think for a second. They keep chickens. They do like this pipe with the cups and all of that. And they have a water barrel on the outside feeding into it and everything. It's like this whole thing. And I have thought of that. I just have to figure out how I'm going to implement it in this coop because of how this coop is built. Here we have our feed system. This is, as you can tell, a Tractor Supply bucket. And then these cups right here. And of course we have all this food. And yes, I have it in there correctly. See, I have it in there correctly. Why there's so much food on the ground, I still don't know. I just added this back in here. I'm not sure. I don't know much about adding oyster shells. I've heard it's good for calcium. I've never seen them eat out of it. I took it away for the longest time because I never saw them eating out of it, and it had poop more than it had anything else. So yes, as you can tell, my systems are very primitive, but yeah, that's how they get all their lovely stuff. I actually don't put anything in my water, just so you guys know. I don't put anything in the water in there. And I do clean it out. I try to clean it out as often as I can to be able. So, as you can tell, the bottom ones are the ones they use. And I'm not sure if that's because they struggle with getting in the ones on top or what. I don't know. Because it looks like they can get in there, but I don't know. If you have any thoughts, let me know. But anyways, yeah. So, anyways, I didn't mean to hit that, and I'm not a camera woman. So, yeah, those are my girls. This is the update on the coop. And as you can hear and see, the wind is starting to gust really bad. And crazy enough, the temperatures are going back down. Love it. Not really. I was hoping to get in the pool this afternoon once we fixed it. And I don't think that's going to happen because of how cold it is. But I did let the kids play in it while we were emptying it. One thing that some of you guys might be worried about is, oh, what about predators digging in? Well, I do have a layer that goes of chicken wire that goes like 2 feet down into the ground. That was originally put in whenever we first got the pen and put it out here after we had an incident where I lost one of my leghorns. It was very upsetting because I wasn't even here. My son came out with his grandmother, and that's when they found the whole hot mess of blood and feathers and a lot of stuff everywhere. So unfortunately, it was very upsetting. It was my first time leaving them and everything like that. But that's how it is on the whenever you have farm animals, or whenever you obviously I don't live on a farm. I live in a very, very, like, there's one of my neighbors, there's another neighbor, and then on the other side, I'm sure you saw the other house, like, I live in a neighborhood. But I am able to have chickens as long as they're not like disgusting and all that. And my coop stays pretty clean. I really don't clean it. Like, I don't have to really do much to it. I don't have a huge flock, so I don't have to like keep up on cleaning it as often as a lot of chicken owners do because of the size of my flock. I do want to add maybe one or maybe a couple of chickens. But with adding a couple of chickens, I am going to extend, and that's what I'm going to make it bigger because I want to make sure they have enough of run space. So anyways, that is the update on the chickens. They are doing phenomenal, and they are loving being able to roam the entire bottom part of the run with nothing obstructing them. The tarp seems to be working. I have gone in when it's raining, and it actually is very, very dry. And so they are, it keeps them very protective. And with the tarp being as big as it is, and I flipped it, double layer it and everything like that. It's basically like having heavy duty or like 2 medium tarps on it. So they're very protective. I'm very impressed with all the supplies I got from Rural King, or you can most likely get them from Tractor Supply. And yeah, I know I could update the hardware cloth. I know I could do all these other updates and stuff, which I have thought about it, but when I was growing up, we used chicken wire, and chicken wire is doing a really good job right now. So right now, I will be sticking with what I know. So anyways, I will talk to you guys later. This is a little bit longer of an update, but I wanted to give you guys a more thorough update than what I have been. So yeah, if you have any tips, tricks, ideas, thoughts, comments, let me know in the comment section. And yeah, so toodles. See you later.